Hello everyone, welcome to Wealthy Wisdom. In this video, we're going to talk about 7 strategies in handling your finances to pay off debt. If you're new to this channel, do like and subscribe to the channel. I'm referring to your personal debts, which serve no purpose other than to make your life a living hell and cost you far more than you need to pay. I am talking about any kind of unnecessary credit card debt, a high-interest auto loan, a personal loan, or even student loan debt. Essentially, you should pay off your debts as rapidly as possible if they don't make you extra money. Here are 7 incredibly easy ways to accomplish that. The typical American currently owes $58,604 in personal debt. The average outstanding credit card load is over $1,963, and graduates with an average debt total of $33,000 from the over 70% of Americans who took out student loans. Here are the procedures to follow if you ever find yourself in a similar scenario or have personal debt that you want to pay off as soon and painlessly as possible. The first strategy: if you've got back as much as you can and are living on the bare minimum, but still aren't making enough money to pay off your debt, there's nothing else you can do. Some ways to reduce your debt and make it easier to pay it off are to work more hours at your current job or find a second job. To put it another way, you need to make more money. There are several simple ways to solve problems like this one. If you have a lot of debt, for example, you should just work harder to pay it off. The second strategy is that you have 2 choices when it comes to paying off your debt. The first method is a snowball method, which was made famous by Dave Ramsey. According to this plan, you should pay off your smaller debts first, then slowly pay off your biggest debt until it's gone. Dave Ramsey says that paying off the smallest balances first has a lot of psychological benefits. Seeing your debts get paid off faster gives you the mental boost you need to stick with it for the long haul. Also, paying off the smaller balances first should give you some extra cash that you can use to pay off the larger balances now that you don't have to make a monthly payment. I agree with this point of view, and I have. Strategy number 3 is to look into debt consolidation. Depending on how much debt you have and how much interest you pay, this could be a good way to save money and lower your interest rate. Here's how consolidating your debts works. Let's say you owe $30,000 on 4 credit cards and a personal loan, and the average interest rate on those loans is 20%. Instead of paying off 5 different loans with 5 different interest rates, you can combine them into one loan with a possible lower interest rate than the others. Now, you only have to pay off one loan. Also, if you have a lot of credit card debt and can't pay it off all at once, you might want to transfer the balance to a credit card with no interest to save money on interest. When you move the money to the second card, you will usually have to pay a balance transfer fee of 3%. However, this is usually much cheaper than paying an interest rate of 27% on another credit card. Going and getting a personal loan to then pay off all of your credit card balances works in a similar way. So going and getting a personal loan to then pay off all of your credit card balances could save you money again. Just be responsible with everything and don't get personal loans to buy a Ford Mustang GT instead of paying off your debts. Don't do anything stupid with it if you get a personal loan. The fourth, Make a list of all your costs after you've gathered them all. The first will be your list of things you need to buy. And the second will be your list of things you want to buy. On the list of things you need to spend, you'll have your bare minimum food budget, your bare minimum housing payment, your bare minimum insurance payment, and anything else you need to actually live. This is all about making a starting point so you can figure out how much you can spend. This column can be anything you want. But if you don't start right away, it won't be the end of the world. When you're done with this part, it will be very exciting. I'm excited because this is where your new budget will start. You'll turn that list of things you need to buy into your whole guide to saving money. Then, you'll use the money you saved to pay off your debt. And then, we'll move on to the next step. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. The strategy 5, and this is the hard part. But we have to do it. You have to go through your list of things you want to buy and cut out almost everything you don't need to buy. I know it sounds harsh, but if you're in debt, you really need to cut back on the things you enjoy until the debt is paid off. For example, you don't have to have dinner with all of your friends at TGI Fridays. No, you can usually find a way to cut your list of things you want to spend a lot less by either getting rid of them or finding cheaper alternatives. For example, if you go to a bar and spend $45 a week on drinks, you could go to the grocery store and spend $20 on a whole bottle of whatever you want. And then just go to the bar to pregame and get a free cup of water. The 6th strategy. Once you know how much you owe and how much interest that money is costing you, you should start keeping track of everything you spend for the next 30 days. You should know down to the penny how much money is coming into your account and how much is going out of it. Most people don't know what happens to their money each month or how much they spend without even knowing it. Like the Chipotle steak ball you bought the other day or the $4 latte you bought this morning. For $20, we're going to lunch with your coworkers. The problem is that you don't think these fees are that important. It won't make that much of a difference, like a few $8 charges here and there. So when you go and track your spending, I think it will be pretty eye-opening for you to see the effects of how you spend your money over time and exactly where it goes, even if you're not aware of it right now. If you really want to keep track of what you spend, you can use software or other tools. The last thing you need to do to get out of debt is to figure out what kind of debt you have. I have a sneaking suspicion that most people who are in debt don't really know how much debt they are in or how much interest that debt is costing them. This is why it's important to go over your finances so you can face this problem head on. Write down all of the money that is owed to you, including any credit card debt you may have. Thank you for watching. I hope you have learned something from this video. If you like this video, do give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below. Thank you and goodbye.